This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Wayne's World hats and your Wayne head tapes. When I see you on the other side. Yes, I see you on the other side. Yeah. Doom, 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 doom. How dare you?
Halsey! Happened in the 90s!
Today, my friend, we're talking all things October 23rd in the 90s. I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing, but starting off in 1990, Coach is airing season 3, episode 5, Hayden's in the kitchen with Dinah. While Christine is sick, Hayden sneaks out of the house to attend a party and comes back with a guest.
Oh. I was really wondering what was going to happen on this, you know? That sounds like the intro to a porno, to be honest with you. Is
So,
this the first time we've talked about Coach, Steve? I think it
I was just
is.
going to say, this is our first time.
Craig T, dude?
Craig T, Jerry Van Dyke, future Patrick Starfish. Dude, I watched this show actually in the 90s when it was happening. It took me a while to come around. Like, I think it was towards the end of its tenure. It was one of those sitcoms where when I started watching it, it made me feel more mature. Like, I understand their jokes. I'm an adult now.
I'm going to go read a book, I
Yeah.
think. This is on the same tier of sitcom shows as like A Major Dad, if I'm being honest. Like something like that, where I think I came into this in like syndication. I think this show was on USA. Like it was like replayed on USA, if I'm not mistaken. But
In
me and my
syndication.
grandma used to watch a block of these shows. And this was one of them, Steven. You know, I'm here to say, Coach, you go in thinking this is probably just going to be some cheesy sports joke, blah, blah, blah. You come away, and I mean, this ain't a 10, Steve, but this is a solid 7 of a sitcom. So maybe
Solid
even
7.
8. This episode 8, 8.5 even.
I agree. We start the episode off with Luther. He has some great news. He wants to tell Hayden, like, dude, you ain't gonna believe who's ready to come back and play on Saturday. He brings the person out, and it's Bo, aka Braxton, Hart in the
I'm
Brig.
ready. I'm ready to throw, Coach.
Ha ha. Bo
That shoulder's
Whitley.
looking good though, Steve. They thought it was broken. Looks good to go to me.
I might be a little rusty, but I think I can play on Saturday. Look, dude, I think you're gonna be better than any of the guys completely greased up.
He's like, look, here's the thing though. Put that thing on ice. You need to grab something from a bookshelf. I'm going to have somebody come to you. We don't want that arm getting too tired out. We need to save that for the game. And inside, Hayden's like, oh, yeah, yeah. He's thrilled, Steve. I mean, this is the ace. I don't know if they got a running back, but they must not have a lot of trust in the guy.
5-star recruit. You know what I'm saying? He was highly sought after.
I could throw a hell of a ball, Coach.
Yeah. Dauber, it's up to him to do the babysitting. He's supposed to look over Bo Whitley and make sure nothing happens to him. He's like, oh, yeah, coach, you can trust me. I won't let him out of my sight. He turns around, can't find Bo anywhere.
Dauber's the man-child of the show. Giant man with a full head of Hulk Hogan hair, I'd like to point out. Identical
Yeah.
in texture.
Like 80s, early 80s, Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little too much chopped off, but he's still got that texture going on. And then we get to the intro. We come back in the office. Everyone's getting ready to head to the airport. Dauber, not checking in with Bo. He lost him, but he found a newspaper with an interview he did. And he's just enthralled with it, Steve. I don't know. I mean, everybody likes sports news, but I don't know an interview with Dauber's exactly hard-hitting journalism.
This is big news for him, though, because this is his first time having his words published. He waited for this moment his whole life. All he said was, it sure is great to have Bo back.
End quote. But he's so proud of it, Steve. He even did copies of it and has little like cutouts that he's got ready to hand out to people, like some crazy person. Stu and Kelly come into the office. Kelly is Hayden's daughter, I believe.
Yeah.
And Stu's her sort of like hippy dippy boyfriend dude. He's kind of a dip. We don't get to really know too much about him, but they come in and they're like, yo, hey, Hayden, while you're gone, let me get this cabin you got. Hayden's not some idiot. And he's like, okay, you're going to have a party? Is that it? He's like, fine. Of course, you can have a party. It's cool. Just, try to do something productive.
Like watch our game.
Yeah. At least tell me what the score was when I get back. But cool dad, also, Steve. You want to talk about a cool dad? He's like, yeah, you can have this $1 million cabin I got. Want to throw a college party? I mean, these kids don't look like they party that much, but wine's a little hard to get out of carpet.
And they might just have a big smoke sesh, some bonfires, and some hacky sack tournaments.
They're a big pot community, and what is this, Minnesota?
Minnesota. I mean, you got to get baked in that cold weather.
Yeah.
Now, Luther, he's suggesting they celebrate and go to Chuck's Big Chicken. If they win this game, they go to Chuck's Big Chicken and then maybe go to a drive-in theater. You know what I'm saying? Do it up. Do the big one.
And Hayden's like, can't you set your sights a little higher than some shitty-ass chicken in a damn movie? Clearly, Luther's just it knows what he knows. But he's like, look, man, like if we win, let's do it big. We'll stay there. We'll get a nice little hotel, get a steak, maybe get a couple of shrimp, whatever we can do. I'll stay with Christine. Maybe we can pull a three-way and you two do whatever, but we're going to party.
Luther's like, yeah, maybe we should get a place at Chuck's Hotel right next to Chuck's Big Chicken.
Well, how good is this chicken that they got a damn side hotel on the shit, Steve?
Hey,
I might want to get some of this, honestly.
People kill over Chuck's Big Chicken.
They're about to destroy Minneapolis, Steve. Whatever happens, there's going to be a lot of eating chicken bones and maybe some pussy juice just shellacked all over the place. If they do stay there, they get the breakfast too, Steve. A little chicken breakfast. Continental at the chicken hotel.
We cut to the next scene, and they actually beat Texas. And Hayden, he's on 10, Matt. He returns to Christine's spot, but Christine's sick. She can't join the festivities. Hayden's ready to turn up. Christine even says, like, it's okay. You can celebrate without me. But being the good guy he is, he's like, no, I want to take care of you. You're my lady. And she's just smitten. Oh, my God, you're such a great guy. I'm so lucky to have you in my life, Hayden.
I'm so lucky to have the best man in the world that's willing to take care of me because he's just a good person. Are you Jesus Christ?
You answered my prayers.
Right now. Yeah. So he's a good guy, Steve. Cut to 2 hours later. Hayden's in the living room. He's just not having a good time, Steve. There's no internet right now, so he can't just jay off.
Yeah.
There's always that. He's just got a little bit of cabin fever, though. And what doesn't even help to this is that he gets a knock on the door. Luther and Dauber show up, and they don't got chicken, Steve. They got chicken heads.
Apparently, this guy that they apparently know, his name's Tom, and I guess he's a writer for the Vikings. Because of his connects, he knows where all the parties are in Minneapolis. He knows where all the shindigs go down, and he's got some ladies with him. Now, one of these ladies looked familiar, Matt.
To be honest, these are both some sultry, seductive 90s ladies. And I'll say Dinah, that we get to know a little bit extra later. She looks like Christine, Steve. She looks like Hayden's girlfriend. So clearly he's got a type or has women attracted to him of this type. I don't really see any familiar faces, though.
It's Dinah. She was in, I think, the last Quantum Leap episode, maybe the second to last Quantum. That's her, the crazy chick where, she played the piano with Sam and they used to be a singing duet. That's her.
She got pulled into a body too, Steve. She's Dinah. One of them dimes that fucking Tony the Vikings guy. I love this too. They're like, yeah, how are we even going to get in? And the guy's like, yeah, but Tony's going to get us in. Tony's like, no, I can't get us in, but Dinah, she's going to get us in. So Dinah, she's like what was that chick's name? Superhead? That's Superhead of Minneapolis, Steve.
The Karen Steffens of Minnesota. But Hayden, he's like, man, look, my woman, I got to take care of her. As much as I do want to go, I got to sit out on this one. But they egg him on. He's trying to justify his actions. Like, you know what? I need to clear my head for about an hour. Why don't you guys come along?
Yeah, she's gonna be asleep anyway, and it's like me being here is actually worse for her because she might even worry about that and this, that, and the other. One equals two plus three. I'm at the party. Let's go, guys. Tony, let's do something terrible.
I never asked for this great guy label, anyways. But
Yeah, I love that though. He's like, I didn't ask for this. I'm
yeah,
not this guy. What's great guy? I'm sorry I've set the standard so high. Let's go, guys.
in the next scene, Hayden returns from the Vikings party with Dinah, who apparently lost her earring at the place. I don't know like how long y'all were there for y'all to lose your earring, but even she says it wasn't that expensive. So bitch, why are you here?
Say less. I gotta go to bed. Here's my thing. She should have stayed outside, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Thinking Hayden just was like thinking he was about to make a bad choice for 1 second, but then he realized. And he's sitting there on his hands and knees trying to find this fucking Claire's earring that's worth like $1. He's like, God damn it. What the fuck this shit, my real situation up. He wants to kick her out, but Steve, he's a good guy. And then all of a sudden, Dinah, she's like, oh, I'm just feeling a little faint. Can I get a cup of coffee? And he's like, yeah, let me make it. It's like, I'm a good guy, Steve. I'm a nice guy. But at this point, I mean, now we got Uber and stuff. This is not a problem at all. But back then, I'd be like, yeah, there's coffee in the lobby.
Right.
Have a good evening.
Just down the street, there's a Texaco. And
Yeah.
being the nice guy, he's just like, look, if you're dizzy, there's no way you can drive. I'll bring you some coffee. And then while that's happening, Christine comes out and all she wants was a glass of water. Hayden stops her from going in the kitchen, like, oh, no. Don't worry about it. Go back to the bedroom and I get you a glass of water. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come back and do my thing.
Whatever you do, don't look anywhere near the kitchen because he had pushed Dinah. He just facialed her right into the kitchen, Steve.
Yeah.
He stiff armed her. Sorry. Stiff armed probably a better terminology being a football coach. But he's playing this whole game right now, Steve. He's riding this razor thin wire where Christine could come on and figure this out, but he gets her some water. He gets this chick. He's like, look, you good to go? All right, you good.
He tries to rush her out and she's like, look, I don't have any money. I'm a broke bitch. You know what I'm saying? My pussy pays for everything. To get in the parties, to get in the clubs, to get in the bars. But he's like, oh shit. All right, here's $100. Now shoe fly shoe. She's like, you really are a great guy.
That's a crazy perspective for the woman to say because she's getting pushed out of an apartment with a hundo. I mean, I guess he's a good guy, but you know what, Steve? He tried his best. And he said, you know what? Here's $100. So the investment's been made. Get out. Maybe even get a room across the street. Whatever you got to do. But I got to go to bed and attend to my real honeypot. My lady.
Now he does attend to his lady and he turns the light off thinking Dinah had left. This is one of the things I love about 90s sitcoms, the blocking and blinding of not being able to see people in your peripheral. Like clearly the girl is laying down on your couch, but since Hayden is facing this way, he's just like, yeah, turn the light off. Now I definitely can't see this girl lying on the couch with the lights off, nothing to worry about.
She rips a fart. He's like, that was weird. Anyway, cut to the next morning. He's up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed getting some tea for his real lady, Christine, because she's still feeling a little ill. Finally sees Dinah on the couch, Steve. And he's like, did I black out again and kill a hooker? Holy shit.
Again?
God, I said I'd never do it again, and I apologize. But no, Dinah's there. Hayden's pissed off, Steve, and rightfully so. I mean, he gave $100. 90s, $100, Steve.
That's 2 N64 games at least.
God damn it, Dinah. And he tries to rush her out in the hallway, but there's some lady in the hallway, Steve. So this is where I was getting confused. Is this a hotel?
It's Christine's place. It's just a really posh, I guess you could say condo, because it looks really spacious inside.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like a nice Frasier looking place, very upscale. Yeah. But there's a lady outside of this place. So we're in Christine's apartment. It's not a hotel, but we're in Christine's place. This lady's just out there. So he can't shoo just some strange out the door. Yeah. They're on a first name basis. So he's like, oh, you know what? She's dying. Okay. She's on Death's doorstep. Okay, I'll be right back. So now he's playing a game with 2 women, Steve, and a third, actually. 3 women. It's a lot to take in.
He sees that he can't take Dinah into the hallway. So back to the kitchen she goes. Christine comes out again. And this time she doesn't want to go back to bed. It's boring in the bedroom. Now he consoles her. He's hugging her on the couch. And she thinks Hayden was there the whole night. He never even told her about the party. He's a smooth criminal in that regard.
So basically, she's laying like this heavy guilt trip on him. Like, you're just so sweet. You were there. I could hear you breathing the whole night in the living room by my side, sticking by me. He's like, yeah, of course. Meanwhile, Dinah's in the background, fucking around, trying to get his attention. It's like, bitch.
As he's hugging Christine, she comes out with a cup of tea.
So now Hayden's got a woman nestled in his bosom.
Yeah.
He's got a cup of tea that just mysteriously appeared out of nowhere in a weird position. So he's sitting here like, looks like he's breastfeeding his wife. He's sitting there with Christine on a titty, and then he's like, oh, fuck it. This doesn't make sense, but and pulls like the tea up, and she's like, where did this come from? Because Dinah decided that was a good idea. You could have just, honestly, as oblivious as Christine is, Steve, I feel like she could have just walked out the front door real quick. But Dinah ain't thinking.
She's pretty delirious because she even act like, damn, like, am I tripping? Did I like just pass out and you went to the kitchen and got me that cup of tea? And he's just like, hey, forget all that. You want to make love? Go get back in that bedroom.
Hey. Like, I'm just dirty. I can't. I don't want, I can't do that. And he's like, I love a musty pussy.
Yeah.
Kidding me? Get in there. Rip all that off, Christine. Wipe your nose. I'll be right in.
That snot got me so hard.
She's now gargling. Christine goes in to do a little gargle. And I appreciate that, Christine. Thank you. Hayden's just like, get the fuck out of here. All right? Get out. But Dinah is just a fucking problem, Steve. I really think she's trying to create an issue. Christine's ready to go now. She's freshly gargled. She's like, Hayden, I'm here. I'm spread.
There's a knock at the door, and it's an angry, looks like a plumber looking roadie. It's Dinah's boyfriend.
That was the manager of fucking Good Burger, Steve. That's what he looks like.
Dan Schneider's little brother. As Hayden's talking to the dude, Christine comes out and she asks, like, who's this guy? He's got the wrong apartment. Nah, I heard this is the right apartment. Look, man, where's my girl? Dinah? He's calling for her. And then all of a sudden, Dinah, with her messy ass, comes out of the kitchen. Now Christine's really like, man, WTF?
Hayden, WTF, please. Hayden's like, look, I don't know who these 2 people are. These are lunatics. Christine, call the police. That's what I'd be doing. You got to keep selling it, Hayden. But he's like, and Dinah finally opens her mouth. Is like, look, Christine, nothing happened. Your husband is a great guy. This, that, and the other. And so it's still like kind of weird, like what's going on. So she's like, okay, let's go with her boyfriend. She comes back. She's like, oh, by the way, here's the 100 you gave me. And Hayden gets socked in the mouth, Steve. He takes a shot.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, that don't look good. But here's what I love, Steve. That all that happens, right? All that goes down. Christine's sitting there pretty confused. But doesn't just like, get the fuck out of my apartment, you sick fuck. She's just like, can I please have an explanation?
And all he could come up with is, I'm not as great of a guy as you think I am.
Dauber. Again, let's go get some chicken. You should have gotten some of that chicken, Steve. It would have been way better. But yeah, shout out to Coach, Steve. First time covering it. Gotta love it.